Hope I got this right. I think I screwed up my camera. I think my camera has been screwed up this whole time since I've been in this house. Probably. I don't know. Come on in. We're going to make pork chops for breakfast. Why not? It's not really breakfast. This is lunch. But this is what we're going to make. And I hope you'll all join me here as we make crispy pork chops. I'm poking holes in my pork chops. Don't ask me why. I feel like there's a good reason to do this, but I'm not sure the valid reason. But I am going to thin these out. Hey, Cindy Wetzel. Last night I had a whole bunch. So Lowe's Foods had these kind of pork chops. These, I don't know what they're called, center cut pork thingies. I think that's what the label says. Probably said pork meat. They had this on sale this week, and it was buy one package, get one free. So we've been eating pork for 3 days. So I left the last couple of porks out, and I'm going to make something fun with it. I need some tinfoil or some wax paper. Hello, Shirley. I need something to pound this. I don't really have a pounder, but I do have this. I'm going to pound my pork thin. As thin as I can get it without waking up the whole household, okay? If you have like a pounder thingy, you should probably use that. But I'm just going to pound this as thin as I can get it. Where is everybody this morning? People aren't talking. Is my camera messed up? I felt like I looked at a video yesterday and I'm like, my words are backwards on my shirt. Do I have my camera set up wrong? Is that front facing? Can you read that now? Are the letters right? Somebody say something. It's so quiet in here. I can't stand it. What's wrong with my technology that nobody's joining me and there's no comments? That's all right. I'll cook pork all by myself with nobody to talk to me. And now viewers are dropping off. What's wrong? Is something wrong? Somebody text me and tell me what's going on. Or you're all just like, I've had enough of her nonsense. I'm not watching that lady anymore. She doesn't know how to pound pork appropriately. Yeah, I don't know where my rolling pin is. I haven't been able to find it since we moved here. Oh, there's a comment, Susan. What's going on? People aren't joining and my views are going way, way down and comments are not rolling in from Facebook. Something's wrong. Or do I just have too high of expectations? Okay. It can be read today. Okay, there's comments. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Mallory. Now it's working. I don't know. Face is being a jerk this morning. All right, good, good, good. Now it's working. Thanks, Cheryl. Now it seems to be working. Comments are rolling in now. There's a way better way to roll this out than the way that I am doing it and getting paper all through my pork. My paper is falling apart, but I can't find my rolling pin since I moved here. I'm sure I put it somewhere, but I'm just trying to get this as thin as I can. This will work. This works. These are just center cut pork chop thingies. And I'm going to get them as thin as I can, and then I'm going to coat them and I'm going to air fry them and get them crispy. The cauliflower, Kayla, does stink. It doesn't just stink, it stank. Fermented cauliflower is pretty brutal when it's just by itself. I mix it in with my other veggies and that helps it. But yeah, it can be pretty stinky, but it is tasty. It is good. I haven't made Amish broccoli salad in a while. That's a good idea. Fart flour, yep. I can see that because it is pretty stinky. All right, I'm just getting these as thin as I can with a spoon and I'm scraping meat off. That's not intentional, but I don't have a rolling pin. I need to get one. I just want these as thin as I can get them. I don't have a rolling pin or a pounder thingy. I used to. I'm gonna lift this up here because I can hear the whole house waking up. What's that thumping? What's going on out there? Why is there thumping? All right, I just want them thin and kind of broken up, okay? And I'm going to fry these babies in the air fryer. I could fry them in a pan, but I'm not going to. I'm going to fry them I'm going to fry them in the air fryer. So let's get this heifer heated up. I'm going to put down, I found these air fryer liners at the Walmart. Hey, Susan! These little things to help keep the bottom of your air fryer clean. I think I'm going to put one of those babies down. I'm just going to use my air fryer basket. And I'm going to put these on air fry. And I'm going to crank up the time and the preheat and let it do its thing. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a little mix of Parmesan cheese. Onions stink too. The ferments it does get less stinky. Vicki, once it hits where it's really, really, really good, once it hits that good fermentation, it stops smelling like cauliflower farts and starts smelling like pickles. But yes, it has to get over the stank hump. All right, I'm going to put a little salt in here. I'm going to put baking blend in too. Pepper. So Parmesan cheese, just put some in a bowl. Don't be measuring it. Nobody needs to waste their time measuring that. I'm going to put some thyme if I have it. I hope I have thyme. I bet I don't though. You know what I do have? I have everything but the leftovers from Trader Joe's. So I would put some thyme and sage in here. But since I don't have that, I'm going to do everything but the leftovers from Trader Joe's. And it's it smells like air fryer's on fire. Okay. That little air fryer match is caught on fire. We're going to go ahead and not use, is it smoky in here? It stinks. Look, that just caught on fire. Those aren't that great. Won't be using those. Just going to try to keep my air fryer clean, not set my house on fire, but look at that. I just went over there with flames and sparks. That was not the plan. I hope there's not smoke. I can't see. My glasses are too dirty to tell. Okay. Start your Thursday with a kitchen fire. That's the way to go. Baking blend. I need some baking blend. Where do you think I put that? I put it away yesterday, right here. Whew, that stinks. I hope I got all of it. Okay. Kitchen fire successfully put out. I don't know. I'm doing like a quarter cup. Just a little, because I'm just making a single serve. Don't put it in there until you have something to weigh it down. Well, pro tip, Jill, thanks. All right, this is Parmesan, salt, pepper, baking blend. You could use pork rinds. And yeah, good to know. Good to know, Vicki. An egg. I'm going to do egg. If I had some egg whites, I would do that, but I'm just going to do an egg. There's a chunk of pork on my floor. Put it here so I don't accidentally eat it. All right. Wasn't anticipating putting out flames this morning. Eggshell. Leave it to KJ to start the kitchen on fire when she's cooking lunch for breakfast. I'm going to dirty every dish in my kitchen making these. Sherry, you never know what's going to happen in this kitchen. You can put a little half and half in there too, just a touch, just a swizzle. Make sure you get your raw pork chop fingers all over the opening of your heavy cream. Make sure you spread, all over. Make sure there's raw pork chops all over every square inch of everything you're using in your kitchen. All right, I'm gonna coat it in egg. And then I'm gonna coat it in crumbs. And yes, I'm gonna go back and coat it in egg a second time. This is how I like to do it, okay? And that way I get extra crispy coating. Oh, dog hair. I still smell smoke. I might not have enough coating here for 3. Really, 2 is probably plenty. I don't really need 2 of these. I mean, 3 of these. I think this is against all rules of cooking, going back and forth between the two, adding second layer of egg wash, but it's how I do it. And it works wonderfully. So I don't care if it's against the rules of cooking. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Look at that, just enough. Just enough. All right, I'm going to throw those babies in the air fryer. See if I can catch them on fire too. See if we can call the fire department today. I need to get to know my local authorities anyway. You know, I'm new in town. All right, I'm gonna lay these in yesterday's chicken nugget grease just for a little added extra crunch. Oh, I just got baking blend all over the roof. That's gonna smell good. There's no way to get these, pull this thing out without it falling. All right, get them in there. I don't know. Turn on the heat to 400 and I got it set to 16 minutes. That's just because that's what the timer was at when I put them in there. I don't know how long it's going to take. We'll find out. Is it the way Southerners bread things? Is it really, Sherry? Are you telling me I am instinctively Southern? It's built into me. Yeah, I know. I think Facebook, like it took forever for people to join. I think there's something going on. If you're watching this video, if you'd like to help KJ out, you could share it. All right, we're going to make some gravy to go with this. I was thinking this morning, I know, I didn't realize I was backwards this whole time. So I flipped my camera and now I'm not. I'm still backwards, but my view is not. I am. Um, why isn't that going? Hit. Oh my word. Good thing I noticed that. That would have cooked for 16 minutes without heat. It's not the way you cook a pork chop appropriately. I'm going to make some gravy. Okay, once upon a time, years ago, I made a gravy that by accident was the best thing I'd ever eaten in my life. And I was just sitting there this morning thinking about what I was going to make. And I got to thinking, hey, KJ, do you remember that time you slapped a bunch of weird things together and you come up with the most amazing gravy you've ever had? Do you think you can replicate that? Chances are I can't, but I'm going to try. And it's going to start with some chicken broth in my pot on high. And I'm going to get it bubbling. I don't know. Let's see. I should measure this. That looks like 1 cup, about 2 cups of chicken broth is what I'm going to start with. I'm going to get that bubbling, and then I'm going to incorporate egg yolk into it, and cream cheese, and butter, and seasonings. And it's going to be a creamy, delicious gravy to go over my crispy pork chops. And here's what else I'm going to make with it. I'm going to put my crispy pork chops over a bed of fried rice. Just basic fried rice, though. Not like, oh, I need an onion. I need a piece of onion in that gravy. That's also in the gravy. I think I just found what stinks in my fridge. There's a questionable summer squash in there. Extremely questionable. Like, it's turning red. I don't think it's supposed to be red. I'm going to use this little box as a cut board since it's right here. And that way I don't have to dirty anything. I don't know. It's not going to have, I didn't put, I made this gravy before the days, Meredith, way before the days of xanthan gum and glucki. Well, I say way before my days of xanthan gum and glucki. I'm going to throw bits of an onion in there. I'm going to use the other bits of the onion to make my fried rice with. I should do it this way and then do it this way. My cutting board is working delightfully. Man, I love onions. I wish my husband didn't hate them so bad. Every time I cook onions, he's like, why do you cook onions? They stink so bad. All he does is moan about it. But they're so good. I need to fry this pan. I mean, wash this pan. I should have done that before I started this video, but, you know, I should have done it last night. But I didn't. Good morning, Carrie. Give that a little wash. What y'all got planned for Thursday? We have book club tonight. There's also a mom's group meeting at church, and they've asked me to come and be part of the moms. But I've never really fit in with moms groups, so I don't know. I feel like it might be a weird connection, me and moms. Like, I'm not mommy-like. I'm not very mom-like. So I don't usually fit in well with moms groups. You know, because they all talk about all the arts and crafts and stuff they do with their kids. I don't do any of that. I'm not that mom who, like, you know, I'm just not. I don't know. Hey, Carrie, happy birthday. You know what? It's also Pam Taylor's birthday, so you're in good company. All right. Happy birthday. I would sing for you, except I don't want to break things like the internet. I'd be so famous, the internet would be broken. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of butter, just a touch. Don't need a ton. Don't need a half a stick for every meal that I cook, even though I would like to. I'm just going to put a little bit, maybe this much, just a little tiny bit. And I'm going to cook up my onions. Funny, he doesn't like the smell of cooking onions. My mom always gives advice to brides to be, if you don't know what to make for dinner, start cooking up garlic and onions. Yeah, nope, not my husband. Every time I cook, if I put seasonings on stuff, my husband will say, did you season this? Because I'd rather just put ketchup on it. And I'll say, well, I put salt. Why do you put salt on things? I just want to put ketchup. His idea of well-seasoned steak is ketchup. And I'm not kidding. I wish I was. I sincerely wish that was a joke. Does it, Michelle? This is what it actually looks like, I guess. I don't know. I get so confused by camera angles. All right, I'm going to put hearts of palm. It's going to be my non-starchy in with my onions. Actually, I'll let my onions cook for a quick minute. I'm going to go check my pork. Ooh, girl. She's looking crispy. When that beeps that it's been in there half the amount of time, I'll flip it. All right, my onions and my chicken broth are simmering. I'm going to let them simmer for a couple minutes to soften my onions in my gravy. And then I'm going to add egg yolk and cream cheese. I know. I remember when I did that in Maine, I finally figured out how to flip my camera and I screwed with everybody's brains. They were like, I don't understand. Your kitchen is messed up. Well, this is what it actually looks like. Put that in there. I need more paper towels. I've gone through 18 already this morning. Hold on. I need more. I'm pretty sure that if I ever stop buying paper towels, Sam's Club will go out of business. I gotta flip my pork. Hold on. Ooh, she's looking good. Oh, it's looking so crispy. I'll show y'all when it's done. Oh, that one stuck to the bottom of the thing and took off all the crisp. Stink. Oh well. Okay. My onions are burning. So go ahead when your onions start to burn. Add in your rice. This is just going to be basic fried rice to go underneath it. Nothing. So I'm just going to put some seasonings and the onions, some seasonings, and a tiny bit of chicken broth to cook it down almost like a risotto. It's not going to be risotto. Don't worry. I'm not getting that fancy, but I just want to add some liquid so that it cooks, gets creamier. I'm going to put some seasoning in there. What am I going to put? Let's put some salt and some pepper and some garlic powder, a whole lot, and maybe a little more of that everything but the leftover seasoning from Trader Joe's. You could put a little bit of sage and a little bit of thyme in there if you wanted, but I don't want, or I don't have, I should say. All right, I'm just gonna let that cook up and get all flavorful and yummy. It was palmini rice, Shirley, palmini rice. All right, into my gravy, I'm going to put, again, I wish I had some sage and thyme, but I don't. I think I'm going to use the seasoning again. Well, what's this? Oh, this is onion salt from Trader Joe's. I'll put a little of that. Just put some seasonings, whatever you like in there. I don't care. I'm gonna do, just pretend it's sage and thyme again. Just a little bit. Just like a pinch of sage and a pinch of thyme. And then a bunch of garlic powder. And then I'm going to use my immersion blender to blend up my onions and to slowly incorporate my eggs so that I want to turn the heat all the way down to super, super, super low because I don't want to boil my egg. Okay. So I'm going to use my immersion blender to blend up those onions into I'm back. Did I come back? Yes, there we go. No, it's palmini rice, Janine. Don't burn yourself with your immersion blender. It tends to fling stuff around a little. Whew, like that. So be careful. If it's not that deep, it flings stuff around. You could put it in your blender. Don't get burnt. I actually may have to use my blender because it's not deep enough and it's not getting my onions because it's not deep enough. So maybe I'll use my blender. I like to overcomplicate things as much as possible. Something else smells like it's burnt. Oh, it's my wooden spoon. Why is everything in my kitchen burning today? All right, I'm going to overcomplicate this. Actually, I'll just use my Ninja chopper. I smell smoke again. Smell that. Where's it coming from? Something's on fire. It's on fire. Yes, good point, Carrie. Really good point. You should totally use an immersion blender for this, or a blender. You probably shouldn't use this because I don't think they're intended for hot liquids, but I'm going to do it anyway and just hope it goes okay because I don't want to get out my whole blender. So just don't do as I do as I say, okay? Put it in your actual blender. I'm only blending it because I don't want little bits of onions in my gravy. Everybody calm down. This is dangerous. Okay. I did it. All right, blend it up. No bits of onions left, just chicken broth, seasoning, and pureed onions. And then you're going to put in your eggs, but you want it on super, super low, okay? You want it on super low. I'm just doing a single serve, so I've got one egg yolk that I've zinged up, and I'm really slow. Well, I need more heat than that. You want it like a simmer, and you just want to drizzle really slow and whisk. If you don't, you're going to have scrambled egg gravy. And unless you're having scrambled eggs for breakfast, nobody wants scrambled egg gravy, okay? You've got to do it slow. And then don't let it boil, because if you let it boil, at that point, you're going to have scrambled eggs. So keep it low. That's my Ninja chopper. And then I'm going to put in about that much, probably a tablespoon of cream cheese. And I'm just going to let that get melty for a second, and then I'm going to whisk that up. And it should get thick. Janine, that's a good idea. I much prefer the rice. Oh my gosh, those look ridiculous. They look good. I don't love palmini noodles as much as I love the rice. I much prefer the rice. Here's another tip. If you can put your cream cheese in the microwave first or let it sit to room temperature, then you won't have to wait as long for it to melt, and you may not have to blend it. I think I'm going to have to blend it because my cream cheese was way too cold, and I should have put it in there not so cold because it takes a minute to melt down. Okay. Now I'm going to taste the gravy. I'm going to taste it. You could put a little butter in there too. Probably would be good with a little touch of butter. Just like a half teaspoon. Just, butter makes everything better. All right, here's my rice. It's literally just rice, palmini rice, a little bit of onion, and seasoning. That's it. And this is total non-starchy. I can eat this whole pile, okay? This whole pile. And it's all non-starchy. For me, having a non-starchy veg that to me tastes like rice, it's a dream come true. Okay? It's literally it's a dream come true. All right, my cream cheese is melting. I may have put a little too much chicken broth in there because I don't want to add any thickener. It's getting thick, but this is what it looks like. Let me see. That's so good. I think I put just a touch too much water in it. Or chicken broth. So because I did that, I'm going to do another. I'm complicating this for everyone. But because I did that, I'm going to add a second egg yolk, because I think I should have used 1 cup of chicken broth. I told you it's been years since I did this. And that one time I did it and it came out beautifully. Well, it's been years. So I'm going to add a second egg yolk to make it thicker. But if you're making this, just do 1 egg yolk in 1 cup. Okay. 1 cup of chicken broth. Don't do 2 cups. Again, I'm going to drizzle it real slow because this is what's going to make my gravy thick instead of doing xanthan gum or Glucki and having slimy gravy. This is going to be thick gravy because of the eggs. All right, I'm going to turn up the heat a little now that it's incorporated and let it simmer for a minute or two. Oh, I love it. You can also, I've seen it at Walmart from time to time in bags. Olive. Yeah, it's palmini noodles, Cindy, chopped up to look like rice. Doesn't it look like rice? All right, let's go get our pork chops out of the oven while our gravy simmers for a minute. Ooh, these are gonna be good. Look at these crispy pork chops. Look, I'm only gonna do 2. I do not need 3. Which one looks crispier? I want the crispier. This one does. Look at those. I'll just leave this one over here to for now and then forget it that it's in there and find it when my girl goes to heat up her chicken nuggets. This one's prettier. I'll put this one on top. Look at those. Hey, Karen. All right, let's see. How's the gravy coming? Oh, she's thick now. She's getting thick now. As this sits and cools, it's gonna thicken up. So actually, I was gonna just go ahead and pour it, but I'll sit it here for a minute and let it cool some, so you can see it thicken up a little, and then I'll eat. Let me tell you about what's coming up. I have so many things. Holy Healthy Spring. I can't believe I am about to talk about Holy Healthy Spring. I don't know how that happened. Holy Healthy Spring is here in just a few weeks. Holy Healthy New Year is getting ready to finish up, and we've got like 3 weeks left. And then we're going to be moving to Holy Healthy Spring. Okay. And Holy Healthy Spring this year is going to, in April, we're going to talk about adaptability. I'm only going to tell you about April for now because I can't remember what May and June are. But April is going to be about adaptability, adapting to THM. When you are out and about and you have to have a meal and you feel like you have to cave simply because you didn't plan ahead. We're going to talk about being adaptable. Number 1, how to plan ahead. And number 2, how to survive on a healthy meal, how to have a healthy meal when you go somewhere and there are no healthy options. What can you do? How can you be prepared for that? And what can you do if you find yourself in that situation? Do you have to eat off plan? What do you do if the only food is off plan? So how do you adapt? That's what we're going to talk about in April. April, May, and June will be a 3-month package price that you can purchase 3 months. Or instead of making payments the way I'm going to do it this time, you can buy a 3-month package, or you can sign up for the monthly, which is just month to month. You can come in anytime, cancel anytime. It's $89 a month. But if you sign up, there's going to be a very short window that I'm going to offer a discount to sign up on the monthly price. Keep an eye open for that. If you are a current client, I am going to offer you the cheapest price you will ever see on the monthly recurring Holy Healthy. The cheapest you'll ever see. So keep your eyes open if you are a current client. But be watching for that. I also have a mini course coming out in a few weeks on inflammation. And I'm getting ready to begin working on a mini course for on the go bags. How do I create a go bag that helps me locally when I'm in my car headed to town? What should I have in a go bag? If I end up going to town for groceries and something goes astray and now I'm out there for 5 hours, what do I have in a go bag that will save my butt? If we end up going to a restaurant and I don't want to eat off plan and everybody else is getting burgers, what can I get out of my go bag that has me prepared? How do I pack a go bag for locally? How do I pack a go bag for a vacation where I'm flying to? And how do I pack a go bag for a vacation that I'm driving to? How can I be prepared? I'm going to have a whole course, a whole mini course on go bags, go being prepared to go. I don't know the name of it yet. I'm still working on that. All right, this is my gravy. Okay, can you see this? Thick. It's not as thick as like beef gravy because I put too much liquid in it, but I'm gonna pour this over my crispy pork chops and my rice. Stop it. Look at that right now. That, yeah, look how much I have left. I get enough here for 4 meals. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look delicious. I need to take a bite. I think that had raw pork on it. I should get another fork. The dog doesn't come down anymore when I'm cooking, but the minute he hears me say, "Doesn't that look good?" he comes down the stairs. Look, there he is. He just walked around the corner. He's sneezing. Bassie's got a cold. Pray for Bassie. He caught a cold. Okay. Here's my rice, my crispy pork chop, and my gravy. That makes me happy. Mm, mm. Oh my word. This is a meal for a queen, and I'm going to go eat it because I'm a queen. All right, that's it. Be on the lookout for the things coming up soon. You don't want to miss it. If you are not part of Holy Healthy, trust me when I say you want to be part of Holy Healthy. It is amazing. The women in that group have saved my life, changed my life, saved my life. The community in that group is beyond compare. There is no comparison. It is just, there's something very, very uniquely special about Holy Healthy and the women that are in it, and you don't want to miss being part of it. All right, you guys, I love you all. I'm gonna go eat my breakfast. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have an amazing Thursday. And for crying out loud, if you can eat this, why you going off plan? Don't be going off plan. You got this. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.